Hi everyone, so welcome back. Today we're going to take one of these hanging flower pots. It has 3 sections inside. And we're going to plant some flowering herbs. We have chamomile here that I said was looking kind of shady because of this mold growing here on the edge of the carton. And we have lavender in this one. I'm hoping I can split the lavender in half so that I could have it on the sides, but we'll see what ends up happening. So first, as always, we need to fill this up with soil. So I said I'm going to put the lavender on the sides here and here, and in the center I'm going to put chamomile. So first I'm going to take the lavender, and as always, grab from the base and try to turn it upside down so that you don't, pull the plant and break it off. And okay, it came out well. Fortunately, there are some, you can see the roots are starting to really circle here at the bottom. It's not good. So we are going to have to, kind of pull these roots apart down at the bottom. I was saying I wanted to split it up in half, so let's see if we can do that. It's pretty much just like a root ball here. So it appears that it's been planted in some kind of carton to kind of keep it together. So I'm actually going to have to keep it together, I think, and set it instead in the center. So we put it just right in the center here. And I hope all that breaking apart of the roots didn't really do too much harm. Again, this potting soil mix is just cocoa substrate and some random soil that I had laying around here. So there's a few clay balls thrown in. Okay, so lavender is planted right in the center. So I don't want to put this carton into the soil like I did with the chives because it's all molded. So I'm just going to try to sneak out with my fingers this little chunk of soil. I'm just going to put it here over the plant, over the soil here. Take out what I can. Okay, that didn't work. Okay. I should use my fingers maybe. It'd be easier. Because these plants basically, yeah, it's just kind of a lost cause at this moment. They're so tiny, I can try to save it. So one thing I noticed is that when you're transplanting the chamomile seedlings, you don't need to make a hole in the soil because since they're so small, they're just gonna fall in. So it wasn't clever for me to do that. So I'm just going to flatten the soil again. And I'm gonna try to transplant them directly that way. So we're gonna try this again with this side here now. I'm just going to do my best to just kind of take the soil. See, it would be so much easier if we can just take it, the whole little cup, That was the original plan. Okay, well that worked out. I'm just gonna try to pop it here, right on top. See how I did that? Just kind of plopped it there right on top. Now I'm just gonna move the coconut substrate up to this little clump of soil. Okay, and I'm gonna try to do it again with another section. So I'm gonna take this clump here. Okay, and plant that one here. And I'm gonna do one more. And plant it here. Just 3 little patches of seedlings in some soil that has tiny little rocks and tiny twigs, which was probably not the best soil for these seedlings. As you can tell, the rocks are kind of getting in their way as they're trying to grow out. This one's growing all bent. It's just, oh, I just pulled it. So it's just probably not the best, but we're just gonna leave it like this. Not only is chamomile nice when you can cut off the tips or the flowers, you know, and use them for tea, but they're also good companion plants for potatoes, a lot of vegetables, and many fruit trees. I was actually hoping that I can take some of this chamomile and later transplant it with the pomegranate tree that we have in the greenhouse. I think that would be super cool. Pomegranate trees, they need pollinators, and chamomile brings pollinators to the garden, so it's kind of clever to plant them close together. Here we have the lavender plant. The lavender plant is also a very aromatic herb, and it brings pollinators to the garden. I should buy a few more to have them in the rest of my planters too. I really like lavender, and I really like lavender tea, so it'd be kind of clever to get a few more lavender plants in the garden. But here, it smells so good. You can use the leaves for the tea, also the flowers. The flowers are most common, but you can also use the leaves. You just have to dry them up first. And you can also use a stem and the leaves for as seasonings and pastas and stuff. So that's super cool. I use it in casserole. And yeah, and this is just the chamomile again here on the other side. So that's the first hanging flower pot. Hopefully we start seeing a few bees coming in through here. But that's the first one. So I wanted to bring you into the greenhouse. Today I put the thermometer inside here. And now that it's open, it's about 13, 14 degrees Celsius. Earlier today, it was all the way up to 25 inside the greenhouse, so that's why I decided to open it up. But I did notice that now we have a few sprouts, which is super cool. So keeping the greenhouse shut has helped, you know, germinate these seeds. And now we're seeing some growth, which is super cool. Not all of them yet, but I think the heat is definitely speeding up this process of germination, or getting it started even. So that's super cool. I thought I should show you that.